Aion Classic failed before even release? It is a question that troubles my mind, and I will tell you exactly why I think that. The reason I believe it might have failed already is not because there is something wrong with the game itself. I still believe it to be a great game. It will fail because they are trying to make as much money as they can without caring for the growth of the game. If you haven't checked my previous video about Aion Classic, which you can check after this one, you will see that I was fully hyped because I would play Aion Classic again after so many years and because I strongly believe that it is a unique MMORPG that can provide us with a great time playing it. But now that hype has dropped off a lot. A week ago on their official live stream from Gameforge, which is the publisher of Aion Classic in Europe, we got answers to many questions we had, but sadly not exactly what we wanted to hear, at least not from me. I will only touch on the serious topics, which are part of why I believe the game might have already failed. Let's start with Seal's Energy. For anyone that doesn't know, Seal's Energy in Aion is like the Lost Ark's crystalline aura, and it provides us benefits as long as we have it active. The idea is that without it, the game is totally unplayable because the benefits are so huge that if you don't have them, you literally can't play the game. In North America, they give 2 hours of free Seal's Energy every day, which I thought was somewhat acceptable, even though I didn't like it. In the EU version of the game, they decided to make it 1 hour only, which means that whatever you do after 1 hour of gameplay each day will be almost pointless. So let's be honest here, the game is free to play for only 1 hour every day, not generally, because without Seal's Energy, we will just lose our time for nothing. So the game that they present to us as free to play becomes subscription-based, which is not totally unfair because they want to make money to keep the servers running and pay their employees. For me, it is their logic behind it that, to my eyes, makes it so discouraging that I can't stand it because they just want to trick us and they don't present all the factors in play in simple words for players that don't know exactly how their system works. They could just release the game with a subscription from the start and have it free to play for the first 20 levels, for example. Of course, this would be hard because, let's be honest, only the core audience would subscribe to play this game after so many years, as they will in any version we receive anyway because they generally like the game. This would be much more fair because they wouldn't sell it as a free-to-play game when it isn't. They announced the price of Seal's Energy, which will be 399 Diva coins, and those coins will be their cash shop currency. The cost of those coins that we will need will be 10 euros. I want to point out here that it isn't the money they ask for Seal's Energy that I am disappointed about. It is just the way they do it. Another piece of information we got is that the Diva Pass, which is the battle pass for the game, will cost around 20 euros. Most of us expected to pay around 15 euros, but they decided to increase it for our version. The only good thing for me that they announced, because I want to be fair, is that the candies won't be sellable to NPCs, which was the main way to pay to win in Aion Classic. After I heard those things about them, I was very disappointed for one more time with NCSoft and Gameforge because they are the worst duo when it has to do with the monetization of the games. I thought that after so many years that they destroyed their games with their tactics, they would try to release a version that would bring new people to the game, but as it seems, they care only about deceiving the masses into thinking the game is free to play when it clearly is not. Of course, this is a tactic to hook the audience that wants to play for more than an hour each to buy their covered subscription. Today was the planned release date of the game in the EU, but just 6 days before, they announced that the game would be delayed for 2 weeks and it will be released on April 25th. Many will say, come on, it's only been 2 weeks. It doesn't matter, but it does matter a lot, especially when the reason that they provided to us as the cause of the delay, which as you can see in their official post, is because they encountered some technical difficulties during the process of transferring Aion to the Gameforge client. I mean, come on, really? This is a mistake that a small company would have made 15 years ago when they didn't have the experience. Here we speak for a big developer and publisher, and for me, it is totally unacceptable to make such a move just 2 weeks before your planned release because, of course, there will be some issues that you haven't considered. In my last video about the Aion Classic, for me the answer if the game is worth it was yes. After the things I touched on today, The answer is not a certain yes anymore because once again they showed their true colors and that they don't care if the game will be successful and grow. Their concern is only to take advantage of their existing audience, and not give the game a breath of fresh air to appeal to a larger audience. And that pains me a lot because I would love to see Aion Classic receive the attention it deserves as a game. Aion Classic is a very good game that is being mismanaged once again, and that's why I am sad, because if we continue to support these kinds of tactics, they will never stop. I really hope they will reconsider their plan on how they want to monetize the game until its release and take steps in a direction where they will make Seal's energy as optional as Lost Ark's crystalline aura is and not mandatory to play the game, at least if they want to call it free to play. I want to try the game as a totally free to play player, and I will provide you with my feedback. I hope I gave you a clear view of my points. That was all for today, thank you very much, and I would love to hear your opinion in the comments about what you believe. Is it wrong to assume that the game might have already failed before its release? Also, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and if you want to support the channel and get notified when a new video comes, hit the subscribe button with the bell. See you soon again.